Howdy ho, everybody. Welcome back to the Rocks Roost. Let's play some Fallout 3 Blind. This will be the first episode that we are uploading in 2024. So Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you're doing well and that you had a great holiday time with you and yours. When last we left off, we had experienced some tremendous tragedy. Poor Papa was... Well, he wasn't killed by the Enclave, but he was forced into an unwinnable situation. The Enclave wanted to take charge of the Project Purity water plant inside the Thomas Jefferson Memorial, and Papa wasn't having any of that. So he had to sacrifice himself to take out the colonel, or whoever the man in charge was. I forget his name now. There was no introduction, so I can't recall it. But anyway... he's gone, and we had to scramble out of there with Dr. Lee and her retinue to get over here to the Citadel. And we are at the gates of the Citadel, and we're going to escort Dr. Lee inside now, I guess. So let's go in. Okay, here we are.
Welcome.
Madison, I'm
Yes, thank you.
surprised to see you here. What can I do for you?
Don't talk down to me, Lions. I had nowhere else to turn. You must help us. Project Purity has been overrun.
Yes, I'd heard reports of an incident there. What details can you give us?
The Enclave. They've attacked Project Purity.
Hail.
James is dead. There may be more. I don't know. You have to do something.
Then it's as we feared. Madison, I'm sorry this happened. I wish we could have done something.
Then do something now. They've taken over the purifier. Lions, they cannot be permitted to have control over it. It's not right.
Need something, friend?
Calm down. You know as well as I do that the purifier doesn't work. It's useless to them. Perhaps it's time to walk away.
That's not true. James, he found what's been missing. We know how to get it running.
We need to.
Is that so? Does the Enclave know this?
No, I don't think...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Handled worse before, right?
I just don't know what's happening
I knew
anymore.
You'd cheer me up. Thanks.
All right,
Listen,
Madison,
let's
it'll
talk about
be
this some more
okay.
later, okay? I have a
Now,
decent
this is
tactical plan to
James's
run by you.
son, I presume?
Roger that.
I can see the resemblance.
Yes. He knows what we need. Vault-Tec computer, something to locate equipment. Please help him.
Very well, we'll sort this all out. Hail.
Okay.
I need to rest, lie down or something. This is just too much.
I understand.
Rothschild should help you, but don't forget that he's Brotherhood. I've never trusted them. Be careful what you tell them.
Okay.
Yeah?
Well, you made it. I have to leave.
And I have work to do.
I'm sure you do. How about you, Alex?
Hey, buddy. Hi. Yeah, so listen, thanks and all. Really great job you did there.
Well, you're welcome, my friend. Ooh.
Certainly, Sarah, what's on your mind?
Father, I know that you do not wish to discuss the fate of the outcasts, but there are some who say...
Oh, Sarah, my dear, sweet girl, so eager you are to rush headlong into battle. But no, not now, not yet. Our time will come, fear not.
Yes, Father, I understand. You have my apologies.
All right, so I guess we're not supposed to go there with them. So I was wondering how Sarah was doing. I didn't know if she'd be back at...
Elder on deck.
She's going in there. That must be his...
What's your tactical appraisal of our situation?
Let's listen
There's
in.
been another behemoth sighted in the Wasteland.
Oh,
in
Christ.
the Evergreen Mills region. That's heavy raider country, so things could get interesting.
I see.
Well, that is interesting indeed. Let's check. We were under the influence of alcohol. Yeah, I had a feeling that we were probably overburdened. So I'll tell you what. Let's see. Can we fast travel out of here? We can. Can't do it while I'm over encumbered, yeah. I hate to break the flow. What can we drop? Alrighty, so I went back to Megaton and sorted our inventory problems. I also went back to Vault 101 and picked up our buddy. Can't do without him. Good boy. Yeah, he's the best boy. Okay. What's happening?
Initiate, you've got a lot of nerve to interrupt. Oh, my apologies, stranger. I thought you were one of these worthless initiates.
Worthless, eh?
I swear, these kids would be lost without me here to powder their asses.
Well, how about that? What do you do here?
I am charged with the duty of turning these maggots into brothers of steel. With the threat of the Enclave, they're likely going to be pressed into service before they've taken the oath. So I've got a lot of work to do.
Sounds like it. Any thoughts on the Enclave?
Killing unarmed civilians makes me sick. Come over here. Try fighting someone who shoots back. Fucking cowards.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Care to share anything about the super mutants?
Why do you think I ride these initiates so hard? I make training hell so fighting those uglies won't be.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, what should I do with these holo tags I've been picking up?
Talk to Scribe Jameson. She's our keeper of the scrolls. She'll want to know what you found.
Where can I find her?
She spends most of her time in the archives. You'll find them in A-Ring, near the Great Hall.
Okay. Thank you.
Damn initiates.
Always complaining. You're shooting. Well, Initiate Pecker didn't make it very far. I'll turn that off. I saved him, but...
With those vertibirds, they're able to transport personnel at a remarkable rate.
All right. Thanks for the information.
So, what's the latest report?
Enclave strength is at 100%. They're getting reinforcements from somewhere, but we still haven't determined the location of their headquarters.
Are you Mr.
thought
Broch?
as much.
Welcome.
I swear, you look familiar.
Hail.
Okay. Will the, oh, I just gotta find her. Well, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I go up here. Door. I don't know where A-Ring is, but... Is this the door I need to go into? So, dog meat, we have to be careful what we tell them. What is that? Holy crap, holy. Okay. Is that a giant robot?
We both know that's not an option.
Yes. And I told you that in order to compensate for last Thursday's mishap, there would be some complications. I'm dealing with it.
Rothschild, old friend, you're a brilliant technician. But this old man's patience is wearing thin. I want a full status report in 3 hours.
All right, all right. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. What's up?
May I start by saying that I am sorry for your loss. I was acquainted with your father many years ago. The world has lost one of its few remaining visionaries.
Well, thank you.
Think nothing of it. Now, Dr. Lee has explained your predicament. You need to locate some Vault-Tec equipment?
Indeed. My father was looking for something called a Gek. Do you have one?
A Gek? Goodness no, certainly not.
Okay.
I must say that there are some who doubt such a device really exists, let alone works. If, however, you share your father's determination, I may be able to assist you in locating one.
Well, which is it? Okay, anyway, so you know how to find one.
Possibly. I'm afraid I won't be able to assist you directly. The news Dr. Lee has brought will require me to be elsewhere. I can, however, give you access to an old pre-war computer from Vault-Tec. It may have the information you need.
You'll find the terminal in the archives in the A-Ring.
Okay. So we're going to A-Ring regardless. Thanks.
You are welcome. If you require further assistance, I may be able to help.
Yeah, may.
All this time spent acquiring technology, and we look like cavemen next to the Enclave. That is not acceptable.
Right. AVF problem. Welcome, brother. Recent experiments with accelerated vector fusion, AVF, have not gone according to plan. All scribes assigned to the lab should check with scribe Rothschild, not Roths, it's just Rothschild, on a daily basis and obtain any modified technical parameters as needed. Warning, leaky hydraulics. It's giving me megaton flashbacks. It has come to our attention that several scribes have slipped on hydraulic fluid near the eastern end of the robot lift. Till the offending pipes can be mended completely, please use caution in that area. Okay. Enclave tactical assessment. Weapons, plasma-based, capable of molecular destabilization, i.e. Goopal. Armor, advanced power armor Mark II. Transportation, vertibirds. Tactical assessment. The Enclave forces that have occupied Project Purity are nearly identical to those encountered on the West Coast in the year 2241. Well, crap. We remember that. Threat potential severe. GNR Battle After Action Report. It is the opinion of Sentinel Lions that the recent super mutant attack on GNR was not indicative of a larger assault as was originally thought. Instead, the forces that attacked the radio station were probably en route to the mall to reinforce their own kind in a prolonged battle against the mercenaries of Talon Company. Well, I'd still like to know who sicked Talon Company on me, you know? I still don't know that. I'm assuming Enclave, but who knows? General Robot Diagnostics updated. Scribe Rothschild has completed a new full diagnostic of the robot. Here are those results. Mobility 0%. Navigational translation also 0%. Internal processors 87%. Weapon systems 60%. Power management 3%. Voice module 100%. Well, thank goodness. We can converse with the robot. It is the assessment of Scribe Rothschild that once power management issues are solved, mobility and navigation translation will jump to at least 50%, well within acceptable operating capacity. Notice Redden funeral canceled due to certain unexpected tactical developments. Funeral services for Initiate Redden have been canceled. A memorial service will be scheduled sometime in the future. Date TBD. All right, that's great. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Armory. Can we go in there? What's shaking, bacon? Take plasma rifle. Well, it's not red. Same stuff. Okay. Alrighty.
The elders sent word of your arrival. I am Scribe Peabody. Welcome, etc. Now,
Social?
I'm really very
Much?
busy. Is there something you needed?
Questions?
You want to talk to Scribe Jameson. She's the archivist, not me.
Okay. Can you tell me something about the scribes?
Indeed I can.
Indeed I
Pay
can.
no heed to those headstrong knights with their pop guns and bravado. It is the scribes who make the Brotherhood what it truly is. The brawn is useless without the brain. Each order of scribes is dedicated to a unique field, all equally important, all more important than those dim-witted grunts.
And the orders are?
Order of the Sword, Order of the Shield, Order of the Quill, Weapons, Defenses, and Research, respectively.
You belong to the order of the...
Sword, of course. Weapons, my boy. You name it, I've helped someone kill it.
Okay.
I'm the proctor of the Order of the Sword, you see. Weapons research, development, and maintenance, all my responsibility.
Full of himself. That's all I
Let me
need.
know if you need something else.
Thoughts on the Enclave?
So they have plasma weapons. Bah. It's strong technology, I'll give you that, but limited in modability.
I've already started removing the compensators on our laser weapons to cut through the black devil power armor of theirs.
We'll drop them like any other meat, don't you worry.
Super mutants?
Foul, detestable beasts. They're like an infestation. We cut them down and they return again and again. Always so determined to kill or capture. But why?
That's the question. I would like to know that too. Do you think you could repair my equipment?
Ha! With my eyes closed. And I will too. But it will cost you, outsider.
I don't have anything that needs repair, but thank you. Good to know you're here. I have to go.
In the Elder's name.
Indeed. Can I have this? I wish it would tell you condition before you pick it up. Do you mind if I just dig around in your terminal? N99 10mm pistol. The 10mm and the N99 sidearm was standard issue military gear following the phase out of the N80 in 2051. The N99 was known for its ability to survive in the harshest of conditions, and in many tests, the weapon was able to reliably be restored to working condition even after extended period of time exposed to hard elements and without maintenance. Sounds like a Kalashnikov. The N99 proved to stand up to its claims, and as a result, is one of the most common weapons found in use in the Wasteland. While many civilian weapons were ruined beyond use in the exterior conditions following the war, the N99 is commonly able to be easily restored to working order by anyone with the most basic knowledge of firearm mechanics. However, an N99 in poor condition can often deliver low target and armor penetration, frequent jamming, and greatly reduced accuracy. Fortunately, the weapon was produced in great numbers, and units are available for replacement parts. R91 5.56 assault rifle. The R series of combat assault rifles was used reliably following the discontinuation of the M series in the early 21st century. The R series, produced by civilian manufacturer Stent Security Solutions, was made in many models and variations. The variation most common to the DC Wasteland is the R91 full-auto urban assault rifle. This rifle was standard issue for the National Guard during urban pacification operations. Fortunately for our purposes, the National Guard had been fully deployed around the area of DC during the time of the war. As a result, the R91 is readily available for those willing to search. Although nearly 2 centuries of scavenging has reduced the numbers of working units, the R91 remains a favorite of slavers and raiders. This rifle can also often be obtained from legitimate traders and arms dealers. Punctuation. Don't forget, folks, I'm an editor in real life, so I catch that stuff. Like any firearm, the R91's effectiveness and accuracy can suffer without regular maintenance. You know, there's actually no such thing as an assault rifle. That is not an official term at all. That's something the media came up with, but I digress. AEP-7 laser pistol. The AEP-7 laser pistol was put into service to replace the AEP-5. Let me check something. Hold on. Did it say AEP? It did. Okay. Anyway, AEP AE5. Okay. A model which was notorious for its problems with overheating. The AEP-7 features a new design in the photonic focusing chamber, as well as an entirely redesigned focusing crystal pattern. The bulk and weight have both been reduced over previous models, and it was likely that within a few development cycles, the successor to the AEP-7 would replace the N99 10mm as the standard issue sidearm for all forces. The AEP-7 took advantage of new manufacturing techniques developed shortly before the Great War. Although many were produced, most did not make it into field service because of logistics problems concerning their development over active wartime. The AP-7 can be a rare find in the Capital Wasteland, and many models that are produced should be returned to the Citadel for repair and recalibrating before field deployment. AER-9 laser rifle. Unlike many of the weapons in use today, the AER-9 is actually not the top laser rifle that was in service at the time of the Great War. The model line went up to the state-of-the-art AER-12, which saw service in a handful of specialty units. The reason that the AER-9 is much more commonly found is that it was much sturdier and more reliable than the models that followed. I wonder if the tri-beam is the AER-12. Anyhow, we only found one of those so far. The AER-9 features a titanium-housed crystal array, which proved to withstand long years of exposure to the elements much better than the gold alloy housing of later models. As a result, the crystal arrays stayed focused within operating parameters rather than falling completely out of focus like the newer models. As with all energy weapons, the AER-9 can suffer from poor performance if not properly maintained. The crystal arrays and non-mechanical components are delicate, and if not properly serviced can lead to a loss of beam intensity, overheating, and energy regulation failure. Very good. I wonder if it's made with confabulated amulite. Okay. We don't need that. Well, actually, we may want to make another dart gun. I don't need that plasma rifle. I'm fighting the urge to pick it up. Ah, this is the armory proper. Knight Captain Durga.
Quartermaster Durga here, stranger. I have to say, I'm not sure what you're doing in my armory. We run a tight ship, and unless Elder Lion says so, we don't trade with outsiders. Quartermaster out.
You remind me of Sunny Smiles. Okay, let's go then. We need to find, what's her name? Hey, there you are.
I need to collect my wits and figure out what to do next. Excuse me.
Oh, you're fine. Okay. Are y'all just gonna jam up the commode or what? I have to search. Is anyone in here? Hey, duck and cover.
Appraisal of our situation. It appears the Enclave troops have moved beyond the Purifier into the surrounding wasteland region. No telling how far they might spread.
Very well. Thank you for the update.
Well, you know, that's interesting. We beat an Enclave guy to death with a ball bat very early in the game. I'm assuming they're going to be out prowling around everywhere now.
What was the result of the latest scan?
Who are you?
What I wouldn't do to get my hands on one of those Enclave vertibirds.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, I'm looking for, what's her name? Ooh, look at this thing. It looks interesting. Mess hall. That's not going to be where she is, I don't guess. But you know, you'd think with all the technology they could, you know, fix the door, but I guess that's not a priority. Okay. Well, that's empty. I'm just going to rifle through everybody's things. I hope you don't care. I'd almost say they haven't been here long, you know? Take all that. I'll leave some of the food, you know. Come, dog meat. go in here and... Ooh. Whose room is this? Looks important. Why did I open that? Alright, let's get out of here. Here's the mess hall. Look at them. This is where they make a mess. I'll take the Nuka. Not that. Whatever. I was actually out of Nuka-Cola. Believe it or not, I'll pick up one of these. Okay, dog meat, come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Okay. Well, that was enlightening.
You honor us with your presence here.
Do I really?
Welcome.
Check that, okay. Liberty Prime operations. There's all kinds of reading here. Oh my. Okay. Project summary. Classified as only. Military contract 38917, codename Liberty Prime. Project goal. No less than the creation of the most powerful combat robot the battlefield has ever seen, with the express goal of liberating occupied Anchorage, Alaska from its Chinese aggressors. Summary. The United States Army has succeeded in contracting both Robco and General Atomics International to work on their first joint project. Interesting. The robot they create, Liberty Prime, I guess that's the gentleman standing in the middle of the room here, will be the very embodiment of American military might. A walking, talking, nuke-tossing hero who will remind the world what it means to be a superpower. I'm fully confident that the presence of Liberty Prime at the Anchorage front line will be to the Japanese what the Hiroshima bomb was to the Japanese in 1945. General Constantine Chase. This is kind of an insane thing. Capital Post article, June 3, 2072, by Walter Street Beat Monroe, Capital Post staff writer. In a startling turnaround, there should be a location tag here. Just saying. In a startling turnaround from their previous policy of complete covert development, the United States Army has confirmed that they are indeed working on a new superweapon, one designed specifically to crush the Red Chinese invasion force and liberate occupied Anchorage, Alaska once and for all. Speaking at an Army press conference at the Pentagon, General Constantine Chase stated, "No more secrets. The time has come to lay all our cards on the table so the Chinese can see with their own eyes that we've got the winning hand. The United States Army is proud to announce that for the first time in history, General Atomics International and Robco have joined forces to create for this great country a superweapon that will leave every single yellow-bellied red shaking in their commie booties." Unfortunately for our readers, that's as specific as Chase is willing to get. While he and the Army are preparing, are ready even for China to know the U.S. is developing a new weapon, they're not quite ready to divulge just what it is, or when it will be ready for deployment. All in due time, all in due time. Rest assured, when the weapon is complete, liberty will come to Anchorage and hell will follow. Letter Dr. Bloomfeld to General Chase. General Chase, I'm sorry, but you're being completely unrealistic. There is simply no way the robot will be combat ready in 3 months. The chassis is complete, all weapon systems are online, and the voice module has been programmed as requested. But power consumption is still our primary concern, as it is with all robots in real life. And neither Doctors Honeywell nor Park have yet found an acceptable solution. We had hoped to subcontract Vault-Tec and utilize the talents of Dr. Braun, but apparently he's gone into seclusion. Utilize the talents of Dr. Braun, but apparently he's gone into seclusion, working on one of their own projects, and they couldn't reach out to him at this point if they wanted to, so that's out. I'll give it to you straight, General. This is the biggest robot the world's ever seen, And we just haven't been able to find a power source small enough and powerful enough to get the damn thing running with all its systems online. In 3 months, we might be able to guarantee the robot can walk into downtown Anchorage, but all of its weapon systems will be offline. Maybe he can just step on the red Chinese? Dr. Stanley Bloomfeld, project lead. Well, you know, power consumption is the thing. That is one of the reasons why small robots like robotic insects and things like that are not very feasible, even though they would be very useful for a number of applications, surveillance, espionage, sport. I mean, there's all kinds of applications for small, like insect-sized robots, drones and that so forth. But there's no acceptable power supply for them. In fact, it's one of the great mysteries of nature. How does something as tiny as a bee have the energy to fly around? That is something that is still a mystery, and it's quite fascinating. Anyway, lead scribe's journal. Was that? Wait a minute. That was not. That's not where we need to be. Back. Diagnostic reports. There we go. May 8, 2277. Here are the results of the latest robot diagnostic. Okay, we've read this. We have read this. Okay. The recent feedback spike as a result of overall system degradation was caused, in fact, by the installation of a new power capacitor, as Scribe Rothschild suspected. Until further notice, scribes are ordered to cease any and all experiments that involve the rerouting of power from any of the robot subsystems. Are they going to want the GEC for this robot instead of the water, maybe? I don't know. Here's the current. Yeah, we read that in another form. Okay. Lead Scribe's Journal, May 9. Another day, another setback. We tried, of course, rerouting power from weapons to the robot's other subsystems several times. Each attempt ended in failure thanks to the robot's overly aggressive combat subroutines. It's almost as if there's some hidden pocket of AI that keeps pushing against us, refusing to let anyone drain power from the weapon systems. I guess that wouldn't surprise me, considering why he was constructed in the first place. That's why I began work on the neural dampener in the first place. You know, shouldn't use that so close together, 2 sentences back to back, but anyhow. That's why I began work on the neural dampener, period. I was convinced I could trick the robot into thinking I had actually redistributed power from some other subsystem, but the damn thing proved smarter than that, certainly smarter than me. All I managed to do was fry some of his circuitry again and set us back another 3 months. Crap, July. I'm tired of trying to reroute power like some kind of snot-nosed initiate. I don't care what kind of drain it puts on the scribe's ability to research and maintain the weapons and armor. I'm proceeding with the AVF experiments. If I can successfully create an accelerated vector fusion module similar to the technology I saw Dr. Lee working with all those years ago, we'll have our first real chance of getting the robot fully operational. Maybe then the Western elders will realize our worth. Maybe. August 1st. Unfortunately, the AVF experiments haven't gone as planned. Bowditch suffered second-degree burns, and at one point we accidentally channeled so much power to the robot's head laser it discharged and nearly killed Elder Lyons. He was not pleased. I'd say he wasn't. Voice emitter test. Okay.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation: Liberty Prime. Mission: the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets: any and all Red Chinese invaders. Emergency Communist Acquisition Directive. Immediate self-destruct. Better dead than red.
I couldn't have spoken it better myself. I do wonder why you have a red star on your shoulder, though. That's suspect, my friend. Suspect. Okay.
Hail.
It's very cool, though. Is it a heart on his head? Okay. Smithy.
Hail to you. By the traction of hospitality and on the word of Elder Lyons, I welcome you to the Citadel. I am Star Paladin Cross, Keeper of the Arm, and Seneschal to Elder Lyons. And I am honored to say I was acquainted with your father. Now what may I do to help you?
Okay, you knew him?
I did, and you as well.
Oh, me?
Long ago, I helped guard the water purifier against the super mutant horde. When your father left, I escorted the two of you to Megaton.
Really?
He was a noble man. I was saddened to hear of his passing. But from what I've heard, he died with honor. He died for you. I only pray that my own death has such meaning.
Indeed. I loved him so much, I'll never forget him.
And so our deeds are carried on through our sons and our daughters. Continue to remember him fondly. Continue to tell his story. And continue to do his work. Through you, he shall carry on. But now I must ask you a difficult question, if I have your leave to do so.
I'm sorry. That caught me off guard a little bit there. Okay. By all means, ask.
I escorted your father across the wastes. It was the best I could contribute to his efforts to restore fresh water to the people. I would like the honor of escorting you in your journey to complete his work.
Really? What about the Enclave?
As a Star Paladin, I answer only to Elder Lyons. He has given me leave to pursue the restoration of Project Purity, as I see fit. By aiding you in your travels, I shall fulfill that mission as best I am capable.
That's awesome.
Then I shall follow your leave and submit to your command. As James's child, I know I don't need to explain, but I am not your servant. If I do not like the path your actions take, I will return here. Now, let us go forward, crush the Enclave, and fulfill your father's mission.
Sounds good. Can you carry my crap?
Vigilance is necessary in this location. Be on your guard, my friend.
Oh, we can. We can. Okay. Let's go.
Lead the way.
So, dog meat can come too? Okay, good. All right. This is good. This is a fortuitous turn of events.
Welcome.
Scribe Bowditch. How's those second-degree burns, man?
Oh, yes, hello. I've heard about you. We don't get many strangers here in the Citadel, especially those who walk about unescorted. I am Scribe Bowditch. If you require something, simply ask.
Tell me about the outcasts.
It's a rather sad story, I'm afraid. Last year, some of our soldiers had grave disagreements with the decisions of Elder Lyons. Disagreements spiraled out of control, and there was a schism in the ranks. The loyal soldiers practically threw out the dissenters. Now they call themselves the Outcasts.
I'm kind of friendly with some of them. I'm wondering if having Star Paladin back here, it's gonna... Oh, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. What kind of disagreements?
Where Elder Lyons has fought to protect the people of the Capital Wasteland, the Outcasts demanded we move on and leave them to their fates. They insisted there was more important technology to be recovered in a scientific base in the ruins of Fort Independence to the west. As callous as their decision may be, it's more in line with our original mission. Elder Lyons is an inspiration to us, but to them, he's a traitor.
Who are the exiles?
The soldiers rallied behind Paladin Kasdan, who was one of Elder Lyons' original squad. They served together for over 20 years. Kasdan was well respected and every bit as loyal to the Brotherhood as Elder Lyons. He just disagreed with the interpretations of our oaths. But when disagreements turned into fistfights, he left with the Outcasts. We lost more allies that day than we ever have to any battle.
Reconcile.
Lyons and Kasdan would have to agree to any sort of reconciliation, and that's pretty unlikely. They're both quite proud and stubborn. Me, I just wish there was a way we could all agree that at least we're still on the same side. There are bigger problems out there after all.
Well, that's very true. I mean, like the Enclave. What are you doing about them?
As much as some of our soldiers would like to see them shot for deserting, there's not much we can do. We're too busy with the super mutants. Meanwhile, they're busy seeking out new technology and trying to get back in contact with the Brotherhood out west. So our paths rarely cross, but it's never pretty when they do. I just hope things cool down before it gets worse.
Well, me too. Enough about the outcasts.
It's a discouraging subject, isn't it?
It is. Let's move on. What do you do?
Why, a great many things.
You stand and look at the console?
There are 3 orders within the scribes, you see, each dedicated to a different field of study.
I've heard this. Tell me the orders.
Of course. There's the Order of the Sword, Order of the Shield, and Order of the Quill. The Order of the Sword develops and maintains the Brotherhood's weapons. The Order of the Shield does the same for our power armor and defenses. The Order of the Quill is responsible for recovering and preserving knowledge, ancient and otherwise.
I'm betting he is the Shield.
I am Proctor of the Order of the Shield. I oversee the others in my order and make sure our defenses are up to snuff. Do you know how long it took to fortify these ruins? From the husk of the Pentagon, I carved a grand citadel. No easy task, my friend. Ah, but that was yesterday, when all we had to worry about was those damn super mutants. The Enclave, now, that's a different problem altogether.
I was wondering. I thought this was probably the location of the Pentagon, but
very well.
Now we know for sure. Tell me about the Enclave,
They're
man.
sporting some pretty impressive power armor, I'll give them that. The Advanced Mark II. But that's all right. With a few modifications, our own armor will more than handle anything they throw at it.
Do you like the armor I'm wearing? Isn't it cool? Care to share anything about the muties?
They're relentless, like nothing I've ever seen before. I honestly think they see our brothers in power armor as some kind of canned meal. Some of the pieces we've had brought back, men and women ripped in half, some pulled through their armor. Just horrible.
Indeed. Well, he can do repairs. Tell me more about the Brotherhood.
Oh, yes, I can. In fact, I suspect I could write several texts on the various details of the Brotherhood.
I'll bet you could.
But I suspect you're in a hurry. So what particulars would you like to know?
What are the central beliefs?
I'm afraid the answer to that is a lot more nuanced than others might suggest. Brotherhood members are sworn to acquire and protect technology of the past, but not everyone interprets these oaths in the same way. Elder Lyons sees these duties as part of a larger dedication to protect the innocent. Some, like the outcasts, disagree with these priorities.
What are the highlights of your time with the Brotherhood?
I like to think that I've still got some big achievements left in me, although some of my joints seem to disagree these days. I'll tell you what the lowlights of my time have been, though. Every time I've been shot at. I'm a scribe, not a soldier.
Well, that happens. What's the biggest challenge the Brotherhood has ever faced?
It seems like whichever challenge we're facing is always the biggest one. Survival at first, then expansion, and now cohesion. We've seen plenty of wasteland freaks or would-be dictators. They're not too bad. At least we've faced that sort of thing before. But more recent events, like the schism with the outcasts, those are the problems that worry me.
As they should. That's enough.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Back to work.
Thank you. Let us go. Do we really want to read some more? Oh, thank goodness. I really wasn't wanting to read more terminal stuff. I'm not going to take your power armor. Okay, let's go. Alright, anything in here? No. Smithy. Come, Smithy. What's over here? Stairs up. Great Hall, A-ring. Okay, that's the A-ring. Let's wait on that for a minute. Nikki. Here's the back of the robot. It's kind of a spindly thing. It reminds me of the last Autobot. Okay. Anything in here? Anything over here? Courtyard. Let me check the local map here. That's where it's telling me to go. We want to go talk to the scribe in A-Ring, who is the Quill. I guess she's the Order of the Quill person.
Hail. What aid can I offer you, outsider?
Knight Artemis. You must see a lot of things. What's going on?
What's been going on? Well, let's see. For years, we've been draining our resources defending the ungrateful residents of this no-man's land. Most of my best friends have either been ripped apart by super mutants or left to join the outcasts. And now an enemy we faced more than 30 years ago has resurfaced, and their tech is still better than ours. What's been going on with you?
Sounds like maybe he has some outcast sympathies. Who are they?
I really don't want to go into it.
Okay.
Go bug Scribe Bowditch. He could talk a dog off a meat truck.
Okay. Any thoughts on the Enclave?
As if we didn't have enough to worry about. Their weapons are better. Their power armor is better. Is their training better? We'll see.
Well, I took out a whole crap load of them down in the sewer. They didn't seem all that special to me. Super mutants?
You know how many uglies I've killed? More than all of Lion's pride combined. That's how many. All it takes is a loaded weapon and the will to use it. Oh, and a good way to get ugly blood out of your armor. Little bit of Abraxo and some water. Works like a charm.
Okay. Questions about the Citadel?
What do you need to find?
Describe the layout.
You are currently in A-Ring. Here you will find the Great Hall, the Lion's Den, and the Archives.
Okay.
Beyond this area is B-Ring, quarters for the Knights, Scribes, and Elder Lions. Outside in the Bailey are the training areas and access to the Initiates Barracks. Other than that, down those steps is the lab. Be careful around there. The Scribes are touchy about who goes near their toys.
All right. Do you have a medic?
You could say that. We have an old robo-doc. He's a bit creepy, but he does the job. You'll find him in B-Ring.
Wonder when we'll have robo-docs in our world. Supplies.
Well, any one of us would see Knight Captain Durga down in the lab, but since you're an outsider, you'll need permission from Elder Lions.
Okay. That's all.
Very well.
Yeah, I think that's good. I have to go. Thank you.
Steele be with you.
He's not so bad. The Den. This where you just chill. Has anybody got any Nuka Quantum? Well, Paladin Kodiak.
Hey.
You know what? I'm tired of everybody being in the dark.
Hail. Name's Greg. Greg Bear. Most of the guys just call me Kodiak.
Ah,
Heard
clever.
about that mess over at the Purifier. Don't you worry. You're safe here.
Well, thanks, man. How'd you end up in the Brotherhood?
Now that's a story. The only reason I'm here is because of Elder Lions. You see, I grew up in the pit.
Really?
Don't suppose you ever been there, huh? It's about 500 clicks to the northwest.
Yeah, I've been there.
The place is a nightmare. 3 irradiated rivers coming together. People there were not well. But the Brotherhood of Steel came down on the place with a righteous hammer. They called it the Scourge.
What was the Scourge?
It was a Brotherhood operation. They marched in and swept the place clean. Most of the people there were half mutated, cancerous, vile things. And these people, rape gangs, torture squads, it was pure chaos there. The Scourge is the best thing that could have happened to it. This was way back, before the Citadel was fortified. Part of the early recon after the Brotherhood first arrived in this area. One night, a squad of brothers led by Paladin Lions swept into the city from over Mount Wash, tearing apart anyone who stood against them. They were completely outnumbered, and still they razed that place to the ground.
How did you escape?
As they swept through, the Brotherhood policed up every non-mutie child they could find. Turns out there weren't that many. Me and maybe 20 others. The younger we were, the less of a chance that we were mutated. It was ugly work, no doubt, but it had to be done. I'll never forget the sight of the Brotherhood of Steel breaching the breast of the mountain at dawn.
How'd you end up back here?
Elder Lions brought us all back to the Citadel. He said it was the safest place he knew of. This place was still being converted. He put us in as initiates and kept a watchful eye over us. He was tough, but he taught us to stay alive. The man's like a father to me.
I wonder if the developers of this game understand just how far Pittsburgh is from Washington, D.C. I mean, they should, because Bethesda, at least, I don't know if they were still in Maryland at the point when they made this game or not, but they were in Maryland. So you'd think they'd know. But anyway, can you imagine how long it would take to get to Pittsburgh from here, or vice versa? In this world where you're basically walking? Anyway, that's pretty amazing, Kodiak.
Nah. The amazing thing is Elder Lyons. He risked everything. Went in outmanned and outgunned. I'll never be able to thank him enough. So I do my best to serve the Brotherhood. I know that's what he really wants. In time, I'm sure you'll understand.
Well, you know, I went up to the pit myself, just me, and cleared the whole place out, overthrew the ruler, and freed the slaves. Gave them hope for a cure. But anyway, any thoughts on the Enclave?
There's meat under that armor, and meat can be ground.
Oh, I like that. Can you share anything about the super mutants?
Hell, I've killed more of those yellow Frankensteins than any other member of the Pride. Except maybe Gallows, those crazy solo night ops of his.
What can you tell me about the Lions Pride?
Now, I see the Brotherhood's one thing, but the Pride, best of the best. Every damn one of us. Handpicked by Sentinel Lyons herself.
Nepotism. What's your combat specialization in Lions Pride?
Hell, I do it all. Recon, demolition, tactical assault. Guess you could say I'm the Pride's jack of all trades.
Very good. I have to go.
Never back down.
Very good. Good to talk with you, sir. Paladin Glade.
Glad to see you and that egghead Lee made it here in one piece. I heard what happened to that purifier. Hell of a thing.
Yeah, any thoughts on the Enclave?
Man, I don't know. Fighting uglies is one thing, but we've never gone up against anyone that well trained or organized. Even their tech is better. Don't get me wrong, the Pride's in it to win it. And I'll go down shooting if I have to. I just hope I don't have to.
Yeah, sure, I understand. Can you share anything about the super mutants?
Man, nothing dies like an ugly. I once saw
Man.
Cohen snipe the leg off one at 200 yards. Thing pirouetted like a figure skater.
That's pretty sweet. I shot one out of a building one time, and it flew all the way across the street. Landed right next to me. It was pretty awesome. What can you tell me about the Lions Pride?
You, my friend, are talking about the most elite fighting force ever assembled within the Brotherhood of Steel. Each of us was handpicked by Sentinel Lyons herself. You can't even realize what an honor that is. Sarah defines combat excellence.
Excellent. So what's your job?
Me? Heavy weapons, miniguns, missile launchers. If it's bigger than a human and goes boom, I'm all over it.
Cool. Okay, I have to go.
Of course.
Good to talk with you. What you checking out the terminal here? Okay, it's just the dummy. I think we're at the point of the game where, you know, development was rushed. Oh, tags.
I thought as much.
Hell.
What aid can I offer you, outsider? Of course.
Okay. All right. I don't want to dig around in here. I keep forgetting that we have a paladin following us around. She's probably going to complain if we steal things, so... You know how that goes. Well, hi there.
You just managed to get yourself into all sorts of trouble, don't you?
I sure do.
Welcome to the Citadel. Not many civilians get to see the place.
Mm-hmm. Any thoughts on the Enclave?
I've read the reports, seen the initial scans, but I can hardly believe it. I figured those radio transmissions were just old recordings. Never figured the Enclave would actually show up, in the flesh. But don't worry. Whatever they try, we'll be ready for it. I'll lead the Pride to knock them out tomorrow, if my father permits it.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the muties.
You've seen them, so you know what we know. What more is there to say?
I did.
If we can figure out where they're coming from, we might be able to stop them. If not,
Yeah, well, let's see if we can. What can you tell me about the Lion Sprite?
It's the best of the Brotherhood, bar none. No one gets in without my say-so. Stay strong.
You too.
I have a decent tactical plan I can run by you.
I'll take a couple nukas. Why not?
Hail. Hail to you, stranger.
Hi.
I am Knight Captain Dusk, in service of Steel. If you require anything, simply ask.
Okay, what's your story?
My story? I blow the head off anything more than 200 meters downrange. I'm the best shot in the Brotherhood of Steel, bar none. Not even Colvin can match my kill count. That's my story.
You mean you were the best shot? I'm here now.
Hey, Wasteland humor. I like that. Got any more, funny man?
Any thoughts about the Enclave?
Honestly, I can't wait to see if one of those helmets can stop a hollow point round at 100 yards. I'm thinking, not.
Well, I hate to tell you, but hollow point would not be the ammunition that you would want to use on an armored target. But, again, you're the expert. Care to share anything about the super mutants?
I can tell you that those heavily armored ones, the Masters, they favor heavy weapons. Miniguns and missile launchers. My recommendation? Headshot from a distance. Avoid the meat grinder.
Mm-hmm. Good idea. What can you tell me about the Lion's Pride?
We're the most elite tactical unit ever assembled in the Brotherhood of Steel. Here or anywhere else. Hell, ain't nothing Sarah's Cubs can't handle.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm a sniper with the Pride. Put any muty bastard within 1 mile of me and my rifle, and, well, pack it up, troops. Fight's over. Colvin thinks he's a better shot. Man's delusional.
I have to go.
Move silently.
Mm-hmm. We'll see you. Dusk. The name's a little on the nose, eh? Gallows. Okay.
Yes?
Breathing, huh? Don't say much. Say nothing. Continue to say nothing. This is hilarious.
I'm glad that we understand one another.
That's fantastic. Okay. All right. Good. All right. We need to find this friggin' scribe. She's not going to be in the refrigerator, I'll tell you that much.
What's the situation?
You honor us with your presence. Enclave troops have fortified the Purifier complex. With those vertebrates, they're able to transport...
Oh, hey, you.
You have my condolences. Your father was a good man.
Indeed. Can you tell me about the Enclave, about the outcasts, rather?
The outcasts are a result of my greatest mistake. But a mistake I'm proud of nonetheless. When I came here, I realized for the first time that the Brotherhood's technology could truly save the survivors in this wasteland. I chose to help them, even if it meant putting the Brotherhood's interests at risk. Some of my soldiers called me a hero. Others called me a traitor. The dissenters left my command, calling themselves outcasts to mock me. I cannot fault their dedication, even if I find them lacking in compassion.
I thought protection of humanity was part of the Brotherhood's oaths. Yeah.
Only in a very broad sense. The Brotherhood's oaths are to protect humanity's progress, but not necessarily every human. The outcasts and members of the Brotherhood in other places consider it a waste to protect most people. After all, they say, everyone knows how to make another human, but the secrets to making a P-94 plasma rifle are all but lost.
Well, that's not incorrect. How do your remaining soldiers feel about the outcast?
Even now, a year after they left, the wounds of their departure are still sore. Some of my soldiers are angry about it. They see it as an insult to me. Bless them for their loyalty. They're more angry about it than I ever was. Others understand their decision. Sometimes I hear them wondering if they should have gone with them. I can't blame them, but I stand by my decision, and I respect theirs.
Has it been worth it?
Has it been worth the cost in lives and resources to protect people like you from the super mutants? You tell me. I suspect my daughter's squad helped save your life, and most of our recent recruits have come from those we've saved over the years. It's cost us, but we've saved many lives, and made the Capital Wasteland a place where people can live. Yes, I'd say that's been worth it.
That's enough.
Yes. Let's speak of other things.
I kind of feel like it was the other way around, but with the daughter and life saving. But anyway, what do you know about the Enclave?
More than anyone else, I dare say. Certainly enough to know they're the greatest threat the Capital Wasteland has ever faced. The Brotherhood of Steel has encountered the Enclave before, you see. Over 30 years ago, back in California. Then they were led by a President Richardson. Now we've got this Eden to contend with. It matters not now. As before, they seek to control and destroy. All in the guise of restoring order. Your father, I fear, was just the beginning.
Indeed. I'd like to know more about the Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood is an old organization going back to the years just after the war. We are but a part of it. What would you like to know?
Where's the rest of it?
The Brotherhood began on the West Coast. It exists there still. We were dispatched to this location many years ago. In truth, the Brotherhood of Steel has been struggling for years, both here and back home. Honor, truth, courage. These virtues seem to have little meaning in these troubled times, I'm afraid.
Why are you here?
Ah, no. That's the real question, isn't it? Our orders were, and are, to acquire any and all advanced technology. And we have, to the best of our abilities. But when I realized the extent of the super mutant threat, I felt it was my responsibility to aid the people in their struggle against them. Unfortunately, my superiors back west disagree with my assessment of the situation. They feel I've grown too attached to the local populace. And they're right. In any event, the Enclave's arrival changes everything.
How long have you been here?
It's been over 20 years since we arrived, and we've been struggling to contain and eradicate the super mutants for nearly as long. With the arrival of the Enclave, I have a terrible feeling the super mutants are the least of our worries.
That's all.
So be it.
Thank you. What else? Anything you can tell me about the muties?
Would you believe no? It's pathetic, really, considering we've been fighting those abominations for nearly 20 years. In all that time, all we've managed to do is to contain the threat, hold them back so they don't overrun every blasted settlement out here. But we don't really know anything. Where they're from, why they've infested the DC ruins. And now here we are, holed up in our Citadel. Low on resources, low on troops. It's enough to make an old man so very tired.
I'm sure. I'd like permission to trade.
This is not normally something that we do. Trade with outsiders has proven to be problematic in the past.
But I'm spatial.
However, considering the circumstances, so be it. I'll send word to Durga that you have full access to trade.
Thank you. I have to go.
Hail.
Defend against that. Very well. Thank you for the update.
I need to find this frigging scribe.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
What time is it? They're eating their supper, aren't they?
Tell you what, let's hook up later and go see Scribe Bowditch.
Hey.
I heard he's been working on some new power armor bots.
Scribe Bowditch.
Need
Scribe
something,
Peabody. Why can't the... Okay, dog meat. Let's go find this other scribe. I just want to hand in these friggin' tags, but you know.
Welcome. Go on.
Archives. This is it. It's you. You're the one.
I'm sorry, but I really don't have time to talk.
Oh, you're not the one.
Perhaps Scribe Jameson could help you.
Sorry. You're the one.
Welcome. Hail, outsider. I am Scribe Jameson.
Yes.
Word of your ordeal has spread. I am truly sorry for the loss of your father. But if I can help you in any way, please let me know.
Look at dog meat. I found a holotag.
You have? Oh my. This brings to light a sad affair for the Brotherhood, but perhaps it is something that you can assist us with. If you have the time, I have an offer for you.
Yes. Sure, I've got all the time in the world.
Good. As I'm sure you've noticed, the Brotherhood operates all over the DC ruins, often detached from the main base here at the Citadel. We're short on communication equipment, so many of the groups in the field operate as independent cells, without standing orders. Sometimes, I'm afraid that their missions end in their deaths. As Keeper of the Scrolls, it's my charge to write of each fallen brother's deeds.
Yawn.
Exactly. A brother fallen in the field may have no one to carry word of his death back to me. In calmer times, we could send detachments and messengers to learn their fates, but with our manpower stretched thin, we have no such luxury. Which is why I must now ask you for your help. Each brother wears a holotag like the one you found. Should you find any of the fallen brethren in the field, I ask that you return their tags to me, so that I might record their deeds in the scrolls.
What are these scrolls?
Scrolls are kept by the head librarian of each Brotherhood bunker. The scrolls are a record of the Brotherhood itself. Into each scroll is written the name and deeds of each of our brothers. Battles, what technology is recovered, when he was promoted, everything. The last entry for each brother is that brother's death. It is important, as the way a man dies is just as important as the manner in which he lives. And so, each man who nobly serves the Brotherhood ascends into our history, to be remembered by those who come after him.
Where can I find the holotags?
They are on our fallen brothers throughout the
Herpaderp.
DC ruins. However, I can't give you a full report on the locations of all of our operations. As I said, many of the units in the field operate independently, sometimes not reporting into the Citadel for weeks or months.
Should I really ask about a reward? I should not. That would be petty. Let's talk about something
As you
else.
wish. Just remember, more tags, more reward. I know how you outsiders think.
Tell me about the scribes.
Well, there are a number of orders within the scribes, each dedicated to a specific area of research.
Yeah, you're the quill. What are the orders?
The Order of the Sword is responsible for weapons research and development. Guns, ammunition, anything of an offensive nature. Defensive research is done by the Order of the Shield. Power armor, defensive structures, anything that is intended to protect us. The Order of the Quill preserves the written knowledge of the ancients, seeking out all manner of books and holotapes.
She's got to be the quill.
Actually, I am proctor of the Order of the Quill. I oversee the archives and library here in the Citadel. We are dedicated to preserving the history of the Brotherhood, as well as unearthing the secrets of the pre-war civilizations. We have a single field associate, Scribe Yearling. She operates out of the former Library of Congress to the northeast.
Oh, I've met her. That's all.
Very well.
Tell about the
The
mutants.
Brotherhood has been battling super mutants for decades. First out west, then in Chicago, now here. But this group of super mutants is different somehow. Physically, yes, but mentally as well. If we knew where they came from, we'd know why.
Enclave?
Quite a few. But most are distinctly unladylike and unworthy of discussion.
Okay.
I will tell you that the Brotherhood has encountered the Enclave before, and their motives were just as sinister then as they are now.
Mm-hmm. And similar. I have to
look
go.
forward to our next meeting.
Whoa, sorry. Didn't mean to just bump into you. Do we really want to read some more stuff? Report on UFO, codenamed Palandine. Palandine or Palandine? Further investigations into the UFO codenamed Palandine have confirmed our suspicions. On the evening of May 3, 2062, an alien craft of unknown make and origin did indeed breach the airspace just above Hagerstown, Maryland, and crashed into a heavily wooded non-residential area. Unfortunately, attempts to retrieve the craft proved unsuccessful. It simply could not be located, either due to some kind of advanced invisibility shielding, or because the occupants managed to make repairs and vacate the crash site before our arrival. Despite our failure of recovery, the significance of this event cannot be denied. We are not alone. Project Brainstorm 2076 Progress Report. Our flagship project, the Induced Patriotism Initiative, oh, this is great, has met with resounding success. Our agents have successfully included covert and overt messages of extreme patriotism and loyalty into popular media, ranging from the big screen to the Sunday funnies. Increased military enrollment amongst target demographics serves to underline even this success. Agent Webb has been particularly effective at influencing the music industry, and he has interesting proposals for the fields of organized sports and even such notoriously difficult markets as comic books and toys. A success in these areas would ensure early education with our message, and thus ensure a more dedicated and devoted nation for us all. Wonderful. Mission Cloakina. Oh, that sounds gross. The development of mutant undermining life form continues apace, and our chief bioengineers are certain that they will be able to perfect these living weapons in time for redeployment into Red China. Once covertly released into an enemy's environment, their aggressive qualities, dangerous hunger, and pervasive breeding should severely undermine the infrastructure of the location in short order, softening the target for ground invasion. Is this maybe where super mutants come from, or death claws maybe? At this point, the genetic kill switch can be activated, allowing for easy reclamation, not including a significant one-time cleanup effort. Current MUL development primarily uses genetic stock of rodents, particularly the common sewer rat, and progress has been significant. FEV testing has been rejected, however, as results are sterile. I feel like I'm missing something there. Okay, well... Hail. I want to go through here. Alright. So now it's time to go where we're supposed to go. I don't think B-Ring is where we're supposed to go. Let's check the local map. Yeah, let's not go here yet. We can dig around and search later for all kinds of things. Evergreen Mills, huh? A behemoth. Wonderful. Why is it directing me? Oh! No shit.
With your presence here.
Yes, thank you. I forgot. This was the whole point of coming here. DC area vault listings. Vault 76. Equipment issuances. Brainpower 4. Okay. 17 control vaults. Okay, so that is a Normal vault, not a mindfuck vault. Okay, good, great, good to know. Access restricted. Okay. What is 101? Interesting. Well, isn't that wonderful? They were too lazy to come up with something. Vault 87, equipment issuances. Okay. Apparently this is our thing. Stasis chamber, plasma containment field, GEC. Ooh. Okay, good. We got what we need. Very good. So now we just need to go to ask Scribe Rothschild. Okay, let's do that. He's in here eating, I think.
Did you have any success with that old terminal?
I did. Vault 87 has a GEC, but I don't know where it is. I need to find Vault 87.
I take it you were successful then. As it happens, the Brotherhood has some information about Vault 87. Let me show you what we know.
Okay.
So. What is it?
So.
What are you listening? Saying?
Ah, so we're going to check out the big mapper, huh? Plotter?
This map shows the locations of all known vaults in the local area. Vault 87 has been highlighted for you. There. Entrance to Vault 87 will be particularly difficult for you, I'm afraid.
Of course it will. What's difficult?
The area is highly irradiated. Lethal levels are all around the entrance. Gaining direct access will be quite impossible.
How do I get through?
Quite simply, you don't. To attempt such a thing would be certain death for you.
There's got to be another way.
You share your father's determination, it seems. And in this case, you are correct. There may well be another way. Vault 87 is located very close to the site of Lamplight Caverns.
Hey.
It is entirely probable that the vault may be entered from within the caves.
Lamplight. I've been wanting to go there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I guess it's time to find out. This is interesting, yeah.
Attempts were made, but all resources are stretched thin. The radiation proved fatal, and so our efforts were focused elsewhere. Perhaps you will have more success.
Well, thanks for your help.
I wish we could do more, but the Brotherhood potentially faces a very pressing, very real threat in the Enclave. All of my efforts must now be devoted to assessing the threat they may pose to us. I'm sure you understand.
I do. I work better alone anyway. Look at this. This map is so cool. All right. Well, that's a pretty good place. I'm so glad we're going to Lamplight Caverns. I guess that's where Little Lamplight is. I was wanting to check that out anyway because of Big Town and all that. Although Vault 87 is very far from Big Town. But anyway, I guess that's a pretty good place to wrap it up for now. Thanks for joining me here in the Roost today. I really appreciate your time, as always. While you're here, like the video, leave a comment below because I love to chat with you. And if you haven't subscribed, why not think about doing that? And click the bell also so that you won't miss another new episode. Thank you so much for being here with us. Me and Dogmeat, we love you, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Enclave troops have fortified the Purifier complex.
Welcome.
With those vertibirds, they're able to transport personnel at a